I'm HP and here I'm going to talk about basic chords. Minimum requirements to follow my lessons that you are able to play the basic chords. These are the normal open string chords. I'm going to show from the close view. So the basic chords are E major, and we will name these E-type chords because later on when we talk about E-type chords, this will be something like this, but moved up with Barré. This is the E-type moved up as a Barré. So E major or minor. So this is E-type. Then we have A major or A minor. So later I'm going to talk about A-type chords. So this will be either open string or with the Barré. See? So the major chords, this is C major, C minor. I'm going to talk about the Barré chord at the end of this little tutorial. Then we have D. Important, we don't play the low E string. So D major, D minor. Good, so now we have, this is the D-type chord. So you can move it up as well with the Barré, and that's a little bit more tricky. I don't use them so often. Oops. See, I'm actually never. But some might like it. Because I don't like the sound of D-type chords in the upper positions. This is the major or the minor. Yes. Then we have C, and therefore C major and C minor. So this is C-type chords. We also can move them up, like up here. This would be like this, or the minor. That one is a little bit tricky to move up, but yeah. This is not part of the real beginner's guide now. And last but not least, we have the G. And so then we have the G-type chords. When we move them up, that will be something like this. And these are the chords we are talking about always in the future. But for you, it's really important that you first learn the open string chords here below without moving them up. This is the really the main or the required knowledge you need to have to follow my tutorials. Let's talk about the Barré chord. As I promised, the Barré chord is a little bit border for many players among you because it's a little bit tricky. The Barré chord is this one here. That's this E from the E-type. So this is F, and the names of the chords are marked with the lowest note, which is the bass, and so this is the F Barré. If you want to learn Barré, first learn it like this with one finger. The fingers will be a little bit, let's say, not really straight, a little bit from the side, and then every string has to sound. And to practice is like practicing sports. Just daily do it, just moving up the fretboard. And every string has to sound, and so on. Once you can do this, then you add the additional fingers, and here we have the Barré. Then also move it up. See, very easy. Good. So this is now how to grab the chords. Now how to use them. You can find any songs in the internet or in songbooks. Let's take an example in G. We have G, D to C. As a typical 3-chord song with those 3 chords, open string. Now you should be able to play the song without slowing it down or having pauses. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Either with the fingers or the pick, whatever technique you might use. Whatever you play, you just should be able to play them without any slowing down or any break. And then, of course, with the Barré, let's take an example: C, F Barré, and G Barré. So, if you're able to play this like this, then you mastered all things which are needed to work out the chords. And don't forget, first you need to practice the chords themselves, just to grab them and to have the finger in the right positions, that you don't really touch other strings. Oops, that one, not really in tune. So now it's good. So, and just that you can move them. A good method to control how proper you grab the chords is when you play the notes one after each other, because then you hear it exactly which strings are sounding or not. And all should sound. And if you see any kind of chord symbols, it's clear you have the fingers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the thumb will be T. And if it's the strings, some are marked with the X. That means you don't play them. Yeah, this is about the chords, basically. Good, once you went through all the chords and you're able to play them, and just add barres without nothing, just then you, of course, you're ready to go deeper into chords if it's your wish, but at least you can play the minimum chords. And you still, if you're a rock guitar player, then you switch to power chords, which are somehow reduced chords from the big chords. But this is really for all players, whatever direction you want to go. This is the minimum requirement to get into my courses here, that you understand this. And a good example, once you know Barré chords, this T figure is very important, like D, C, D. No, G, C, D. So then you can move chords around like this, or in minor. And this will be a E-type chord to an A-type chord, major to a major A-type chord. Yes. Don't gonna get deeper into the types of chords, because this is not the minimum requirements. This will come up in later tutorials, as you then might notice. So that's about the really basics about chords.